There we go. We're on. Okay, welcome guys. Good morning. Welcome to the stream, everyone. We're back for another day of trading. I'll just quickly set everything up, and then we're gonna amongst it. Gold is looking pretty nice today, so hopefully we can grab something. Welcome on TikTok. If you're joining us on TikTok. Oh, good. Went for a swim in the sea last night. It was beautiful. The sun was setting. It was fantastic. So romantic, so romantic. Okay, right, we're on. Please. Paste. Right, we are on, guys. Welcome to the stream. So another day of trading with me, Peter Crow. So yesterday's trading session started with a top-down analysis, which we'll do the same again on gold. And then by the end of the stream, we did have a pending order set, which was this 3375 for buys up, because what we were expecting is if this daily, well, I say expecting, what could have happened is the daily could have flipped and drove through this whole range. Now it didn't do it. It actually closed bearish, which is fantastic for us. Okay, because either way, we had gold flipping to the upside to come up, or coming down, and if we close bearish and we don't fill this range, we could look at sells. So we've now had that bearish close on the daily, so I think we're pretty good to grab some sells today. So it's just a case of how we can get in now. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to delete this buy stop. So we're going to delete this ID. This ID is gone. Oh shit. Just take the trade ID off. Delete. We're deleting that. Okay, so quick top down. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Let's turn the Meraki indicator off. Okay, so I'm not going to bother with the monthly, because we know the monthly can flip if it wants to flip. It's done a top wick now, so it can flip. We've still got half the month left to flip, so we've got enough time to get down there if we're expecting to go down there. Now, we're currently in this range with the weekly. So the previous weekly closed in this range. Therefore, we should be coming up to fill the range. However, we can also get a fake out here because we broke up into the range above. And if that monthly does want to flip, I can probably see a fake out with this next candle. So if this weekly does close like this, then that should be pretty fantastic for next week, because then I would expect top wick and we start moving down like so. Okay. Now, we haven't closed like that yet, so we've got to keep in our mind that the weekly can still flip to the upside at any point, which it can do. Okay.
Morning, mate.
Morning, mate. But we haven't flipped yet, and we might not flip like we've just mentioned. So when you come down to the daily, what's happened with the daily then? So the daily range, what we've got is this is the weekly range, but also a daily range. And we said yesterday that the daily was currently still respecting this area. So the daily technically could close bearish today. Okay? And that's exactly what's happened. It's closed bearish. But now we need to identify where's the daily range. So for me, if we look at all the times where price is closed respecting these levels, what has price done next, right? So after that, what has price done next? So this one came to here, this one came to here, then eventually came through to that, this one came through to that, and this one came through to these, rejected, and then drove through. Okay, so we've got these areas, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So now what we've need to do is work out the closest one. So the closest one is obviously these ones, isn't it? So these are the ones we've got to go off for the daily range. So if we get rid of all of this, and then we know we're going to use these two, where is the range to these? So this now, we'll put a pebble because this is our daily range. So we know that when price closes respecting these, the next range what we need to bounce off is this. As you can see, you've got a bounce here, come back up, got another bounce here, and then we drive up. So could we see price pushing all the way down to tap 3323? Yes, we could. There's probably nowhere else to go other than tap them. I do believe even if we need to drive up, we need to tap them. Okay, so how do we get in sells at this point if we're looking for sells down to 3323? Still, we've got to look at the daily candle. If we look at the daily candle, is there any time where you've not filled the range but closed bearish? Twice it's happened. Actually, not filled the range. Once it's happened. We closed bearish. What happened with the next daily? The next daily came up to these levels, gave us a top wick, and then pushed through to tap 3323. Well, I say then, it might not have happened, might have came down first and then came back up. So this is why, this is a little tip for you, this is what I do. Cover that with a box, go into green, and I'll look which way it went first. So if we look at the 10 o'clock close, so there's the daily close there. That's this one, sorry. This one here, there's the daily close. So yeah, so price came up first, tapped this level, and then plowed through the floor. So could we see a pullback first to these levels before coming through to this level? And if so, could we just get some wing back sells on? Could we get some sell limits in around these areas? So what we'll do is we'll mark that area up, go back to the daily because we're still on the daily time frame. So if we're going off this one, could we maybe get a potential wing back sell area? And the good thing with this is if we can get a wing back sell from there, if we do pull back, we know the daily can still flip to the downside. We know there's a reason to still come down because currently we're not bouncing off anything. If price has to bounce off something really, unless it creates new data, right? But it's just unfortunate if it creates new data. If price does close like this, then this price is never, ever, ever rejected from here to come back up. Never. It always came through to this level 100% of the time. So imagine if it does. This is where people go wrong in trading. Imagine if it did, people would then take it in as if it's the strategy or whatever. It's not, it's just price. Forex, that's what it does, right? But we've got to go with probability. Probability wise, we should be coming through to 3323, right? But it's a case of how steep is this top wick going to be before flipping? Well, we know from previous data, bear in mind it's only happened once, we could come and tap 3364 and then flip to the downside. Yeah, so I will be looking at that for wing back sells. If we come down first and tap this area, then this idea is gone. We just delete. But that's what we'll be marking up. Now as for stops on this, stops, you'd be happy to know, can be pretty tight, because this has only happened once. Stops literally could be above the wick. Above the wick. Because if you break them, if you break that, then it's new data. Price is never rejected from here and broke this level, ever. Yeah. So stops could be pretty tight. So let's mark up some stops. If we go down the lower time frame, I reckon if we put stops maybe just above this one, there's a gap there, that should give us a bit of leeway. So that is what we're probably looking at for our daily trade. You could probably just get a sell limit on off the daily now, but my extremities on the daily, here's the thing, it's only this area, because this is the first sign where we can reject from. Yeah, you tap it there and then still pull back. Here we mess about a bit. Yes, we could go further. I mean, you could have a TP1 and then maybe TP2 down in these levels, but that's what we're probably looking at for today. However, so knowing that they daily can have a steep top wick, a steeper top wick, we've now got potential buys, but it is going against the grain. Potential buys, could we look at potential buys up to these levels? Especially to this level, because this is previous support. So could we look at potential buys up? Yeah, we probably could. We can also look at potential sells below in smaller time frame ranges. So when this candle does flip, if it does decide to go without us, we could take some sells coming down. But we've got to understand, if we're taking sells in and around these areas, we've got to be very careful that we know that we don't get activated and then the daily's coming back up, because you're gonna, at that point, you're gonna have huge stops, because you'd have to put your stops up here, because that's where price can push to. So yeah, it's looking pretty good on the daily. Another thing what you could do, which I would probably think would play out now, is you could just get a sell stop underneath the daily. Yeah, and stops would be just the daily high. But the issue we've got with this is we look how far the daily has filled the range. So this is the range we're in, and this is what I don't like. If price is closed over 50% of that range, I tend to just leave it. Because I haven't got room to play with. All I've got to play with is this and this. So for me, I'm either going to be looking for smaller time frame. I'm not saying we can't take sells, by the way. I'm saying we can't take it off the daily. If we go down the time frame, we could look at some areas, but I don't tend to take it if it's over 50% on that time frame. I've only got this to play with, so we can't really look at that. So currently, yes, we're looking at sells, but we could also potentially look at buys up, but we've got to be very, very careful with buys up. What else have we got? Don't think I would take a wing back buy. Okay, so that's a daily. We know the daily can push up the steeper top wick, and we know it could flip to the downside. What's happened on the 6 hour? So the 6 hour has closed bullish with no top wick. We've got no bottom wick on this 6 hour candle. So I would imagine, you've still got 2 hours left, I would imagine this 6 hour giving us a bottom wick at least, I would think. So that means this 6 hour could flip at any time. What's difficult is, this is new range, we can fill the range. So what's the 4 doing? The 4's pulled back, tap previous support. If I put the Meraki on, so 4's pulled back, tap previous support. If the 4 closes bearish like this, I would want a top wick, and then I'd get sell stops on to come and break the lows. That would probably do it for me on the 4. Sells down. If the 4's actually closed back into the range now, So if we look at every time the 4 closes back into here, what happens to price? So if we look at previous data, and then the 4 still got 2 hours to flip back to the upside if it wants to. So if we look, trying to find ones where we've got 4 here, go back up, 4 back in, came up. Back in, bottom wick, gone. Back up, they all come through to 3359, all of them. Okay, so the 4, technically when the 4 closes back into that range, you tend to push back up to 3359. Could we get buy stops off the 4 now? I don't know whether I would take buy stops. I think I would take a lower time frame. A lower time frame is a 3. Because this 4 might close nest play. Could close nest play and then the next 4 does it. Antenna reconnected. So the 3 can reject from these levels. So this is a very dangerous area at the moment. So the 4 can flip to the upside, fill the range, but the 3 can reject from here and really drop through the floor. So this is quite a dangerous area. What's the 2 done? So two 2-hour candles with no bottom wicks. So if the 3 comes up, gives us a top wick, there's still 2 hours left of it. There's still 2 hours left of the 2. If the 3 can come up and give us a top wick, could we get sell stops underneath the 3 to tap previous support, which is here? That then would be the 4 giving us a steep bottom wick. I'm just thinking out loud here, guys. This is sort of our trade, really. I don't know whether I like that. There's the top wick of the 3. Is this 4 going to flip? And if it is going to flip, we know the 4 can really drive through this range here. So what if we got minutes left? Oh. If this looks like it's going to do it. If this 15 can close like this without tapping this high, we've got an advantage point. If the 15 comes down first, we can get a buy stop on, but the 15 is going to come down first. Price can go anywhere at the minute, basically, on the 4. On the 4, we can flip to the upside and fill the range because we can clean traffic up. The 3 is closing at an area where it can reject from to the downside, and it can reject pretty quickly, really. So we're in an area where price can really shoot either way. And the last thing we want to do is get it wrong. So we either get in for a swoop entry in around these areas, or for 5 minutes, something like that, 15, with tight stops, or we just wait for more candles to print. I mean, if you've had a bottom wick on the 4, is that bottom wick enough on the 4? Close above, no bottom wick, you just drive straight through. 4, straight through. 4, straight through, 4, straight through, straight through, 4. The bottom wick can actually come down to this. Let's mark this up. Let's see what this is. And then straight through. So the stops need to be beyond that. Below that, let's mark stops. This one didn't actually get through, did it? There. 4, fake out, straight back down. See how it just powers through the floor? I'm saying we definitely don't want to get caught in that. 4, closed. Next 4, gone. 4 through, 4 through. Everything's through. This one didn't play out. 4, and then we drop through the floor. 4 through. Stops. Stops be too big for me though. Because I'm only looking at this target. Really. I was only looking at that. Hey, what are you doing, gold, to me? What are you doing, gold? I think what we need to see is sort of want the 4 to close bearish but not go without us, but close as nest play. If it closes nest play, that would help me in regards to, okay, we'll still respect this area. We've got 2 candles, still respect this area. What I would expect then is then the next candle to maybe bottom wick, flip to come up, and that'll be the one what does it. That's when I'd be pretty happy. I'm just a bit cautious if, and again, when the 4 is above, I think I want a better entry here. Is the 30 broke the high yet? Really? We might get in on this 15. Stops the low. That would be the 30 coming up. So you would imagine if you close like this on the 30, why are you closing like this? Well, you close like this because you need to break this high. So then the next one. But which is the 15, because the 15 wouldn't have filled its range. So if we can get a bottom wick on the 15, we can get a buy stop on, I think. Yeah. It's just so difficult on this one. Because I think my stop's below 3332. What would our target be though? Our target would be here. This is where I can expect price pulling to. That would be our target, so it would be something like, my stops would have to be below here, and I would actually take another entry on this area here. This would be that potential wing back buy as a worst case. 1-1. So that's where I would have to have stops. Let's see, just do that. This would be in the see how this 30 closes, guys. I don't like the 3s. The 3s put me off. 3 is the only one where you can sort of reject from these levels. So we closed here. Yeah. Look at that closure. Straight back down. Then again. If we did take that wing back buy, you'd be activated here. You still pull back to here. Be a chance to get out. So that would cover that. Stop. up. Then this one, it'll stop straight away. Another one, down, look, it stops again there. So the 3's the only thing I don't like. Then tap straight back up. It's a 15 done. Oh, that's broke out, isn't it? Still the range on it. Not ideal, guys. What we wanted is if the 15 closed bullish, sorry, the 30 closed bullish, we'd have a bit of range. We'd have an advantage point to fill. The 30 would need to fill this range again. That would be our advantage point. The 15 hasn't filled the range as of yet, but this is use the indicator. So would my 15 range be different? Would my 15 range be this maybe? Then we have filled the range. We tend to come up to that, to be fair. What's this area here? Might have some zones, guys. What are you doing? It's 5 now. The 1 hour can flip at any point. Still got 30 minutes for the 1 hour to flip. So the 1 hour could flip at any point. And if it does, it's really going to drive down. If this 1 hour flips, that means this 30 is going to look like that. If we can pull back, if the 1 hour is going to flip, this wing back by, probably won't just power through it, I think. If the 15 can come down and tap this area, we'll get a buy stop on. But I think I'm going to have to come and tap this area in order to do it. It's in a very dangerous area with price, guys, right? We're still trying to grab a trade, but you've got to understand this is in a dangerous area. Price can power up or can power down. Come on, 15. So the 15 has got an advantage point. This is the advantage point of 15, but the 15 can pull back. But also the 30, the 1 can flip. And if the 1's going to flip, the 30 is going to really drive down. So we've just got to be patient here. Don't just get in. Even though if price comes up and fills it, that's it. It's not our trade to take. We don't lose any sleep. Get rid of this because we haven't got any pendants or orders on. Come on, don't go without us. Don't go without us. If I can come down and tap these levels, we can get a buy stop on. But I've got to do that before tapping this. I'm going to be getting that daily wing back sell on from this level anyway. So yeah, let's just see what price is going to do, guys. It's Friday today, Friday. Here we go, coming down. See the importance now. If you just got in there, you're getting dragged down, and you know that this 30 can flip. Because the 30 didn't break above, it's just filled the range, that is it. But this one could flip. One could flip. The two could flip. Could we get sell stops underneath the two? The four close into the range. Let's quickly have a look at this, guys. I do prefer the sells, to be honest with you. Have we came and tapped these levels yet? Yeah, mad. Is this two going to flip? That's the question. The one, 24 minutes left. If the one does flip, where's the one gonna go? Where's the one gonna go? Look at this here. Look at this pullback. See why we wait? This is why we wait. This is why we wait. So I've had the pullback now, so we could actually get a buy stop on, right? So if you want, you can get a buy stop on. I'm not saying it's going to flip, but if it does flip, it's likely going to have to fill this range. But it's got to flip in this 15 minute. If it doesn't, not a problem. Now, if the 15 closes bearish like this, and we don't break this low, believe it or not, we might get a sell on. Don't want to break the low. This one can easily flip. 23 minutes. Still not 20 left of this. The 15 does flip. I want to see how this 15 closes. And let's see how this 15 closes, okay? We technically could have sell stops underneath this now, off the 2 and the 1, right? But we'll more likely take the 15. If the 15 close back below this level. Actually, do we need it to close? We don't need it to close below there. We just need a bearish close. Yeah, if we can get a bearish 15-minute close, we could have a swoop entry, top wick. Stops will be just the high. It wouldn't be full risk for a flip to come down. But we could look at fucking hell, red hot. Red hot. It was red hot yesterday. I was in the sea yesterday. It was beautiful. Beautiful. No top wick on the 5. No bottom wick on the 5. Interesting. If this 15 close bearish, we just delete this buy stop. Is the one gonna flip? Is the one gonna flip? All we're trying to work out is this the top wick for the daily to flip to fill the range? That's it. And if it is, and we get in, come on. And if it is, and we get in, and this daily flips to fill this range. But if we get it wrong, and we put our stops above or whatever, then the daily's going to come all the way up to this, which we know it can do. So that's what we've got to be careful of. Mouse is going dead. My man, trying to get something in a hole, just we're not very good at it. For fuck's sake. This is the last hour. The thing is, if this hour closes bullish, that's not very good. And the hour's going to close in 18 minutes. That means this 30 has to close like that. A bearish close. need a top wick now, guys. What's happening here? Is this gonna flip? Tough trading this morning, guys, I won't lie. Be another hour left of the 2, so the 2 could still flip. The 3 is still bullish, but we're not in an area where it can drive down from here. But does it need a bearish close first, or can the next 3 do it? It looks like the next 3 can do it. 4 is bullish and in a clean traffic range. So really, to make certain that we're coming back down, you would need this 4 to close bearish back below this level. If this 4 closes back below this level, you could probably market execute to come down. But so does that mean we're not going to drive? Can the 4 pull all the way back to this? Yes, it can. So the 4 can come all the way back to there. It's 15 now. Okay, guys, I'm deleting this buy stop. Deleting the buy stop. It's not for me. This is what we're gonna do. Might be a swoop entry. So whatever my stops would be for up here, I'll be using the same lot size, so it might be like $100 or something I'm risking. If this 15 can give us a top wick first, we might get in, but stops would literally be another one because we're expecting this to come and tap. Speed, look at the 5. Now you're what are you for? I don't like it, guys. It's just messing about. Look at this 15. See if this 15 can come up first. Look at that. Why did we do this? This is what we've got to say. Why did we do this? Why did we come back? Why did we reject from here? Why did we come back to this? Now we've closed respecting a level. We are literally, and this might be because of the 4 actually. So before we drive down, it'll be key to see what this 4 is going to be a big decider. If this 4 closes back below here, high probability that we're going to be coming down. If it closes respecting, high probability you're going to be up. But you sort of need the 4 to close, but the 4 can also do it on this candle. So this 4 could come down and this 4 could go up. So, but you just want that little bit of certainty. At the moment, we are just messing about. I suppose what we could do is now get a sell stop underneath the 2. If we do come back down on the 5, now that we've created 2 lows, we didn't actually break a low there. If we got a sell stop under, that would be the 2. I would be pretty confident we're going to be coming down to these levels. Look at this 15 now. You are naughty. Naughty, naughty. Let me just look left a minute, guys. To be honest, I think we're going to be breaking the highs here. And the 4 is probably going to flip back up. Let's see if we get a 5 bullish. If we get a 5 bullish close, and we get a bottom wick, I might take a swoop entry. But I need a bottom wick, so what do I mean by that? No, sorry, if I get a 15 close, that would then be the 1 hour closing. Yeah, we're all over at the minute, guys. We're all over. This is what trading can do to you. We're all over. We're in an area where we can go either way. So we're sort of trying to see on a lower time frame the initiation of which direction we're going. If we can break the high in this 15, right? If we can break this high, I'll get a sell stop underneath this 15. That's what I'll do. But I've got to break the high first. If I don't break the high, not an issue. Close bullish. Tell you what though. Look at that 5 now. You little shitbag. 5's closing now. Is it going to break out? I don't think we're going to be moving till the 4 closes, because the 4 needs to decide what it's doing. There's an hour left in this 4, so there is still enough time for the next 4. For the next hour to drive whichever way to fill the range. So we could easily see another hour candle do that, or do that size, easy. So this 4 can be the one that moves, but we sort of need the 4 to close to know what direction it's moving in. Didn't tap it, did it? Let's see how this 15 is going to close, guys. We might have sell stops underneath yet. Might have sell stops underneath the 2. It'll just be off the 2 hour there. But I'm not sure you're going to get activated. But if you do, then you're likely going to drive past this wick to come down. Right, I'll be back in a second. It won't be long. We're looking. Whoa, where you go, price? Okay, we brought the high now. Is the 15 gonna come down? Steady. So we technically could get a sell stop on underneath the 15. If the 15 does flip, yeah, well, I would take it, but there's only 2.5 minutes left. It's probably unlikely it's going to flip. There's a 15 coming to fill that range. The one's going to close very shortly. What if the one closes above here? Let's mark this up. If the one closes above that, what does price tend to do? Top wick. Bearish close. So it means we don't drive. You little shit bag. You shit. So we put something like that. Stops. I know what these lines are for, guys, don't worry. Look at this. This is what we don't want to see. One. Breaks in this zone and then drops through the floor. So this is what we don't want to see. I mean, a lot of the time we tend to come through, but if we could maybe, we don't tap this area, this area now. On, it doesn't actually even tap these areas. I'm closing 30 seconds. Okay. See how this one closes. Okay, let's see if this works. See if we can get a pullback on the one. If we get a pullback to here, I'll take a buy stop. Pull back to there. I'll have a buy stop above, but this is my advantage point. So that's where I go risk free. My stops would actually be here, with a second entry here if need be. But we did tap it. Great above to be. Come on, pull back for us. Lovely breakout. Simple breakout this, but I need a pullback, guys. Gotta have a pullback. If price comes up and taps this area without tapping this, that's me. It's not my trade to take. Come on, chill out. Chill out. Come on. Come on. So the 2 hasn't closed. Still an hour left of the 2. You could potentially take the 2 if the 2 closes back in. Just be patient here, guys. Don't just jump in. If you jump in, you get activated. Let's say you just jump in because you think it's gone. And then all of a sudden, you get this. What are you thinking? Well, where's the hour now? Well, the hour's now back in this range. So therefore, where should price be going? Well, price should be coming top wick. Should be coming down, especially to break this low. You don't want to be getting tucked down there. So it's so important you just wait. Sometimes it'll play out. See, what Forex does, it really teases you and plays with your mind. The one time you get in, it'll probably tap. Nothing's, oh, I don't need to wait, I'll just get in. Because I've done it before. And then the time where it really counts, that's when it bites you. So just be patient. Just be patient. Can we get this pullback? Come on. Come on. The more it pushes up, the less likely we can get in on it. That's the issue. Because it extends this wick. And ideally you want the buy stop above the wick. Because it's where price hasn't been. It's not happening, this, guys. You see the importance of waiting in regards to the 30 though. Yeah, we said you've got to wait. Right, so this is now gone. So this is gone. So the only thing we could look at now is the 4 range. Set this up. The 4 is actually clean traffic range up. So could we just get in off? I pull back up the 1. It'd be perfect trade this if the 1 can pull back for us. That's it. Be perfect because the 4 could drive through the range. 30 hasn't even given us a bottom wick. The 15 hasn't even broke out yet. Let's see what this 15 does. If this 15 closes above and I get a pullback, tap previous support, I'll get a buy stop off the 15. Actually, yeah, let's mark this up though. As long as we don't tap this level. Yeah. I need a, oh look, the one's pulling back now. The one pulling back. It is 15, nice. See what the 15 does. It looks to me though that the 4 probably needs to close before the next push. There's 1 hour left of the 4. So there's one 1 hour candle left of the 4. I think that's what it's waiting on. So if it is, it means we're just going to consolidate. There's the pullback now. So we could technically get a buy stop on the 1 hour above, which is what I'm going to do. If we do push back up, and it's highly likely we're going to be tapping 3350. Yeah, highly likely we're going to be tapping 3350. If we push down to this, guys, I might actually get a buy stop, a wing back buy, 3342, swoop entry, low risk, risking about $100 maybe. So I'm going to have a buy stop above the 1 hour wick. Stops for this would be this area, 3340. I mean, it could. Up on the low, that'd be better, I suppose. Target is up to 3364. So let's get that sorted. Stop. Modify. 3340. 07. Get this pullback now, come on. Three, 340 flat to stop. Target 3364, 3364. Okay. So I've got a buy stop on, guys. Both my stops are below here, 3339. If I'm going to put on $100 for a wing back buy here. This is an area we can reject from, right? But you've got to understand the 2 can still flip at any point to the downside. So we're trading in a very difficult zone here, and to be honest, this is really good for you. You'll learn a lot from today's session. It's such a difficult zone, right? So you've got to be patient. Look at that there. Imagine if you got activated there, yeah, and you're getting tucked down, right? But this is a swoop entry. So what I want to see is big pushing candles, big pushing candles. But I'm gonna take a wing back buy from here. So I'm with a swoop entry. What it means is I'm saying, how much am I willing to see if we're going to reject from here for the 1 hour to flip? How much am I willing to put on to see? I'm happy to risk $100 to see if this works. Okay, you might say $50, whatever. I'm on a 50k account, so I'm happy to do that. So let's do that. 15 buy limit. Modify 333. 9. $130 I'm going to be risking. Let's later. I don't want to risk $100. 50. Parliament. Okay, so this is what I've got, guys. I've got a wingback buy, swoop entry. Yeah, if we break this low, right? Here's the thing, I don't like doing this, but you could actually have sell stops underneath here. Off the 2, because the 2 can still flip to the downside at any point. But I'm going to take a swoop entry, so that means I'm in the, I've got a buy limit. That's my target for today. I've got a buy limit. I'm putting on what I'm willing to risk to see if we are going to reject from here. That is it. Okay, if the 15 closes back below this level, maybe the 30. No, 15. If the 15 closes back below this level, we could probably look to manage risk, I would think. What would it be, the 30? Actually, the 30. If the 30 closes back below this level, we'll look to manage risk and get out of the trade. Okay, so that's how we cut off for that. So I've got a buy limit on, only $100. This is on a 50k account, so it's literally hardly anything, any risk whatsoever, right? We've also got a buy limit on in case this is the move, and my stops are the same. I've got a buy limit on at a more of a risk, 1% risk, that where if this 1 hour does flip to the upside, because we've broke out now on the 1, if the 1 hour does flip to the upside, we'll get activated. We've got to push to at least this. That's the advantage point. We'll go risk free. But the 4 hour, that would be the 4 hour driving up again for another top wick. And I can imagine that 4 coming straight through to 3, 3, 5, 8 zones. So that's what I've got going on. To be honest, these targets are going to have to be this off the 4, aren't they? Think about it. If the 30 closes back into this range and we've not been activated on this one, we'll just delete. If we have been activated, we should get a top wick anyway where we'll look to manage risk and get out of the trade. But ideally we want this 30 to come down and tap. So yeah, that's what I've got going on, guys. We've got buy limits on. Now, you're also saying in regards to the 2 can flip to the downside at any point. If this 2 does flip, it's got a high chance that it's now going to drive to fill the rest of this range. So you technically, and I don't like doing this though, but you technically could have buy. It's like coming on the stream and going, right, yeah, just put a buy stop above and a sell stop below. It's like not trading, it's just guessing, isn't it? It's gambling. But this is a weird situation we've got today. This is what I love about trading. Every day is different. And as long as you are changing with the market, you've got to adapt to the market. And I have this argument sometimes. People go, oh, you contradict yourself. Is it contradicting myself? Or is it adapting to what price has shown me? What price has shown me? Am I adapting to what price has shown me? That's the way I look at it. Because Forex and the candles, it's like the labyrinth of the internet world. It's always changing. So who are we to say, right, I'm going for a 2 to 1. I've had a double top, a triple top. I've got divergence. There's an imbalance to target there. I'm in. I've got to wait for my 2 to 1 to get hit. Well, it might change halfway through. So what I've learned in Forex, and I'm not saying this is the right way, this is just the right way for me, is you've got to adapt. That's my opinion. You've got to adapt to the market. It's not a case of same thing every day in regards to the setup. Every setup's different. Look at this there. Can this 15 come and activate us? This would be nice. This would be nice. Okay, am I activated? Am I activated? Okay, I am in. I'm in, guys. Oh shit. Yeah. I'm in for a buy on this. Okay, so we're gonna. It's all on this 30. You're either gonna plow straight through and hit stops because the 2's gonna flip. So I'm happy to lose $100, which is nothing on a 50k account, right? Or this one, this one is gonna flip back to the upside. If it doesn't, it's not an issue, right? Not an issue. It just means what looks like the 2's gonna flip to come down. Okay. No bottom wick on the 15. Are you coming to drive down? This is interesting. Very interesting. The 15 closed bearish back into the range, right? The only time I'll manage risk is if the 30 closes below this level. If the 30 closes below this level, we'll look to get out of this trade. Okay? But remember, low risk. Don't get in on these on a normal risk. This is a swoop entry. We're basically dipping our toe in to see if it's warm or not before we jump in. Fifteen's coming down. Let's go on a lower time frame. No top wick on the 5. No bottom wick on the 5. Are we going to break the laws? Do with another bro. Is this 5 gonna flip, or is this gonna break the laws? Now we've grabbed liquidity to break the laws, so we can actually, we've got the liquidity to do it. Okay. Look at this 2 though, this 2 looks really nice. Look at that. But I'm just not sure you've got enough time to drive. I think if anything it's the 4. We need the 4 to close basically. Oh, very close to stops. Very close to stops. I wouldn't recommend going on the 1 minute time frame guide because you'll just drive yourself crazy. Okay, you've had a 1 minute bullish close. This 5 will probably be key where this closes. You've got no bottom wick on the previous 5. You've got no top wick on this 5. Nice swoop entry. Hey, welcome guys. Isaac to Liverpool. Here we go. Shut up, Geff. You little Doyle. Would you want him though? I do manage a kids football team. Yes, I do. I manage a ladies football team and I manage a under 13s football team. See, here's the thing with Isaac, right? Even Liverpool fans should be saying we don't want him, because for a player to do what he's done, you would not want that in your club. What if Real Madrid come along in a year's time and go, yeah, we're interested in Isaac? He's going to do exactly the same. And the player power situation is disgusting. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. So yeah, you don't want him. Me, I just hope Newcastle, I hope we say you're not going anywhere. And if you're not going to play, not a problem. See you later. Get yourself in the reserves. You can sit on the bench there for 12 months. World Cup, yeah, he's going to hate that. Just to prove a point that Liverpool are not, Newcastle are not here just to play about anymore. We're here and we mean business. So we've got 10 minutes left of the 30 to close, guys, right? The 30's had a nice pump. It hasn't broke the lows yet. Oh, it has broke one low, but it's the 30 can easily come and break this low, right? So you're not in the clear yet. If the 30 closes below this level, like we said, we're looking to manage risk anyway, right? Because if you think if the one's going to flip, if the one is going to flip to the upside, you would imagine this 30. I mean, you could still close into here and then the new 30 come up. But you might as well just take the new 30 when it closes above, or get buy stops above again. Do you know what I mean? We've got buy stops above. So that's my managed risk situation. The one can still flip to the upside, but remember the 2 can flip to the downside, right? The 3 can flip to the upside, and the 4 can still flip to the upside. So it's a very difficult situation this morning, and it's really good for your trading this. So we are in a trade. If you've just joined the stream, we are in a trade. It's a swoop entry, so very, very low risk. $100 I'm risking on this, which is about 80 quid, 80 pounds. So it's nothing. It's on a 50k account. So we're just, a swoop entry is you dip your toe in to see if you're going to reject from here. If not, it's a sign obviously it's not going to reject from here, and we were just wrong in our analysis. So yeah, coming to break the lows again. Got a new 5-minute close. So the 5's actually closed, expecting these minor supports, but the thing is though, these are only minor supports, so it doesn't mean much. The 15 actually closed back below a level, so until you get a 15 closed back above, you're still looking to come and break them lows. If you get this, fantastic. That's a great sign that we could start coming up and get activated on our. So we really need, ideally, this 15 to flip and close bullish in 8 minutes. That's what we ideally need. Was it listening to me there? Was it listening to me there? Get up there. Did your team lose in the final a few weeks back? My daughter played for the winning team. Depends on what game, mate. Depends on what game. Who does she play for? Yeah, team losing a few weeks back. My daughter played. Depends on what team she plays for, really, mate. I'm look under 13s. Yeah, probably, yeah. So under 13s, I managed Kemites to be under 13s. Yeah. I don't think we've beat Amlook yet. A good team, Amlook, to be fair. Some good teams around here. Come on, make a decision. We did come back to break even at that point, but if this 5 flips again, that's probably going to hit your stops on it. So what's the plans today? I'm literally going camping tomorrow. Camping, taking the dogs, kids. Hectic. Get them all in the car, done. What are you doing? I think it's got to be the 4th. We close in around these levels, guys. All this mess here, right? If you look at this, where we've stayed between these levels and we've just messed about, it's because we need the 4 to close. Once the 4 closes, that'll initiate a push up or push down. So once the 4 closes, depending on where that closes, that'll give us a lot more information. And sometimes you've just got to wait for more candles to close in order to get more data. Got 1 minute for a 5-minute close. If you close bullish on this 5, it's a good sign, but you still might need to break the lows in order to come back up. But also, that's the last 5 minutes of the 30. Now what tends to happen, here's a good tip for you, right? Look at this big pushing candle. this big pushing candle on the 30. What tends to happen, the last quarter of a candle can be push, and on the last quarter, that's when you tend to pull back. Why do you pull back? Because then that gives us our bottom wick. And the bottom wick, you'll find that nearly every candle's got a top and bottom wick. Yeah, and it tends to happen on the last quarter of the candle. So it's the same with the forward. So if you're getting a buy, for example, but the forward was about to close, right, and the fall was push bullish, and all of a sudden it's the last quarter of the fall, you'll find that the fall will start pulling back because it's the last quarter of the candle. It's going to leave a top wick. So it's a good sign where if you are in buys and then all of a sudden you realise the fall is about to close and you're in the last quarter, it's a good thing to read that. Oh, we closed bearish. You're going to get stops here, guys. It's a good sign that it's because of the fall. That is it. Well, this is the 2 flipping now, so this is interesting now. Look at the 2. Lovely. Lovely flip. I'm not stopped out yet, though. We've got 34 minutes left of the 4. So if the 4 is going to flip, right? Sorry, if the 4 is going to close bearish like this, that means now we have closed back, because the 4 did close above here. It means the 4's closed back below. We can get a top wick and we look at sells down. It's fairly straightforward. Yeah. I haven't even hit stops here. What are you doing, gold? Look at that 5 close. Which is the 50. 15, sorry. 3 minutes left for the 15. 30. We're at break even now, guys. If you don't like it, get out. If you don't like it, I'm all done out. I'm happy to lose $100. But it's all on this 15, really. You need if you get a 15-minute bullish close, you should be good. I'll tell you what you could do. Because you're close to break even, you could get out. And if the 5 closes bullish, you could just re-enter on it. I mean, what is the 5? I'm not actually at break even there. My entry is like that. Spreads put me in about there. Oh, look at the flip. Gone. What did I say? If you didn't like it, get out quick. Get out, because you flip back to the downside. You've still got 3 minutes. This 5. This 5's got to be the one. It's fighting though. So I'm not getting the sell stops underneath the 2, guys, even though I said we could. The reason being is because the 4's about to close. The 4's got 30 minutes left. So I'd rather, if you think about it, I can't really see this 2 driving down. Right? I would prefer to wait for the 4 to close, because what could we get on the 4? Well, we'll probably get a top wick first and then to come down. So I'd rather just wait for that. We'll get stopped here. I'll say $100, actually 130. I am literally like that on my MT4. Should we look on the 1 minute and really drive us crazy? One more break the lows and we're done. Is this it? Still not out. Still not out here. I'm still not out. Is there going to be a plot twist here? Is there going to be a plot twist? Oh my god. Okay. I mean, if we don't get stopped out by the 30, we might have a chance to actually pull back. The 30's closing lovely though. I mean, if that 30 closes like that, fantastic. I need a top wick though, this is the thing. I'm nearly out. $30. See, the hour can still flip at any point. It means the 30 can come back up. There you go. I'm out now. What the hell? The fuck? God. Actually took more than my stops weren't there. Right, I'm out, guys. I'm out on that. So, swoop entry, not an issue. I can't take the 2. The 4 is now going to be closing bearish. We've got to wait for this 4 to close, so we've got 30 minutes for a close. I've currently still got my buy stop above the hour, because this hour could still flip at any point, right? It's unlikely it's going to flip now, but if it does, then obviously we're in. I'm at a 1% risk on this one, so $500. So we've got to wait for the 4 hour to close. Once the 4 hour closes, if it closes like this, we could look at a top wick to then come down. But other than that, I tell you what we're going to do now. I'm going to set up my wing back. Get rid of this, get rid of this. So I've got a wing back sell from 3364. Stops are going to be 3370. So I'm going to be like this. Oh, thanks, Dan. Another latte. Cheers. Yeah. Hello, see? So that's what I'm getting on. Wing back sells. Sell limit. Delete this. Start. Modify. 3364, 364, 569. Stops would be 3370. The target would be 3323.6. Um, 3364, 64.69, 9, or sell limit. Stops will be 3370, 3370.21, and 3370. Target will be 3324, 3324. Yeah, that's what I've got going on. So I've got a sell stop, guys. Sorry, sell limit at 3364. Let me just get this off the daily. If we do come back up there, that is. Copy text. Get this on the trade ideas. 3, 3, 6, 4, 5, 3, 3, 70, 3, 3, 70, 3, 1, 2, 1. Here's the thing, TP, it's either going to be stops or you're going to come back down to 3, 3, 2. Let's do previous support. 3, 3, 5, 8. 0, TP2, 3, 3, 2, 3. Sell limit, daily trade, lovely jubbly. Good morning, Andre. How are you doing, mate?
Good morning, mate.
Sorry, I was in the top down when you joined, so I couldn't say how.
No worries.
I couldn't say good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How do you say good morning? We are South Africa, aren't you? Do you speak? I think you say.
Goeiemorgen.
What?
Goeiemorgen.
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 Goeiemorgen. I'm gonna say that every time you jump on now. I'm gonna say that.
Yes, mate.
I've got a daily sell limit on. Wingback sell. Basically, where we've closed, we haven't filled the range at 3323. Oh wait, I'm not sharing my screen, am I? So we haven't filled the range at 3323. Okay. And then what we do is we've closed here. We can pull back to this level to tap to then fill the range. So I am looking at a wingback sell. I haven't got it on. It's not a very high probability you're going to get activated, but if we do get activated, we could be in the money. Now, in regards to the pullback, we're trying to work out how far this daily pullback's going to be. Now, where it's closed, I think this pullback could be where it's at now, but also we might come and tap this level again, so we could potentially have a sell stop or a sell limit around there. We were looking at, we've just had a swoop entry on for a buy, which didn't play out. Small risk. Let me get rid of this. Let's see. We've got buy stops on the 1 hour, which we're now going to delete because the 30 is closed bearish and broke the low, so this is now gone. And I think all we need now is we need the 4 to close. Once the 4 closes, the 4 is a big decider really, because on the 4, the range on the 4 for me is, the 4 is actually in a clean traffic range up to 3358, so this 4 could flip at any point to the upside, but there's 22 minutes left of it. So if it doesn't flip, this is a fake out back to the downside. This is just a break and retest. So what I'd be interested in then is top wick on the 4. Once we tap previous support, just sell stops underneath to come down and fill the rest of the range. And that's the daily coming down. It means the daily's not going to come back to a wing back sell, but it means we can grab the pips down to tap 3323. So that's what I've got going on. Very difficult area this morning though. It's been good trading. It's very good. I tell you what, you'd learn a lot from today's trading, this morning's session. How are you getting on anyway, Andrea?
Oh, it's been a quiet week. I haven't done much. Been busy with other things. And,
Yeah.
Job interviews and all that shit. So yeah.
Yeah. Any good?
Well, I've got 2 potentials, and it's a bit of a dilemma.
All right.
Because the one is super local. You know, they can move to an office that's going to be 10-minute cycle from where I live.
Yeah.
But the pay is basically 20% less than I had before. Then the other option is far away. You know, they have hybrid working and stuff, but you know, might be 2-3 days a week where it's a long commute, might have to stay over. Pay is pretty much on the level I had before, but with really good future growth and things like that. So it's a tough one.
At least these are problems, but they're good problems, aren't they?
It's good problems. So next week, I'll find out if I believe I'll go further to the next round, but there's one company that's far away. The other one was just an informal chat with the owner of the company. So we both have to decide, what do we think, So yeah, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, I hope your pros and cons down, Andre.
Yep. And I'll sleep on it and see how I feel.
See what the shizzle is. What do you? Oh, you can't see my camera, can you? Got a new webcam. Sort of moves with you. I tell you what, technology is mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whenever my head moves, the camera the lens itself moves.
Yeah.
With you.
It tracks. Fantastic.
Yeah. Don't know why, because I'm an ugly bastard. So, look, it's zooming in on my head now, because I'm sat still. Strange. But yeah. Have you watched any movies lately? Have you watched 28? Did we talk about this the other day? 28 weeks later.
Yet you said I was watching. No, not yet. I'm watching a new series on Netflix with Eric Bana.
Eric Bana?
Called Untamed or something.
Oh, I've seen it. I thought it was shit.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, I thought it was shit. It just dragged out for me, like. It was alright. That's what I'll put it down as.
Actually, I really just enjoy the scenery.
Yeah. It's
you like so beautiful.
Yeah, if you like scenery, have you ever watched a series called Alone?
No.
It's a survival series. So it's a competition. It's a reality show. So basically, what they do is they get 10 survivalists, experts, right, and then a competition. Whoever can last the longest. They drop them off in Alaska, different parts in Alaska, so they can't meet up or nothing. And it's literally last man standing, but they don't know if they're the last man. So it's how long they can go for. And they've got they all go in with, I think it's 10 of the same items, and then they're allowed sort of some of their own personal items, what they choose. And then they've got to record themselves. They do all their own recording. But the scenery of what on it is unreal. When you're watching it and you're on the couch, you feel cold watching some of the scenes when it's snowing and things like that. Honestly, it is literally the best show I've ever watched. I'm into sort of the outdoors and that. It's just fantastic, man. Alone, it's called. Awesome. Definitely watch it. There's loads of series as well, so you're lucky. You get to watch them all.
But are you any plans for the weekend?
Yeah, I'm camping on Saturday.
Fantastic.
Camping on Saturday. Only local, like just in a friend's my friend's farm.
Okay.
Field. It's all closed off, so the dogs can just run free. You don't have to watch the dogs.
Fantastic.
It's just it's nice, man. It'd be nice. Just hard work with the kids, isn't it?
It's nice. It's my Mason's birthday on Sunday. So
is it? How old is he?
He'll be 12.
12? Oh, same, yeah. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
What's he getting? Can you
I'm getting him basketball. He's now into basketball. So he's getting a basketball.
He's not into basketball.
Say again?
Did you say he's not into basketball?
No, he started getting into basketball now.
Ah, right.
He used to use football. And then this and that, and now it's basketball. So
yeah,
now he will get a basketball, and his mum is getting him basketball shoes and some other stuff. So yeah, and then if he actually sticks this one out, then maybe eventually I'll get a hoop or something. But
build up from there.
Chops and changes mine all the time, which is fair enough. They're going to figure out what they like, as long as he's active. That's all I care about.
Well, that's it. You want them trying different things, really, don't you?
Yeah. Exactly. But what annoys me is when mid-season he's like, nah, he doesn't want to do it. It's like, you fucker. We paid for a whole season.
Yeah.
You stay at least the whole season, and then you can get out. But you stay the whole bloody season. He started karate last year, and then mid-season he started, he's like, yeah, I love it. Oh, it's awesome to do all these things.
Mm.
And then mid-season, then it was a struggle to get him to go to bloody training every week. And he's like, why? Every time. So this one now, at least there's a couple of his mates, they're all going to do it together.
Mm.
So hopefully this will help a bit.
Yeah. Is he tall?
Not at all.
I was going to say, I mean, I'm not the type of guy who can play basketball, like, bloody hell.
Not at all. So we're going along the route of, okay, there are some short plays in the NBA,
Yeah.
But short in the NBA is like 1.8,
Oh, that's mad, isn't it? Selfish, I just think it's
but I think as long as he's active.
If you're over 6 foot, right? If you're over 6 foot, you're just a selfish bastard. Like, you don't need to be over 6 foot. That 0.8, you might as well just give to me. And you'd be happy with 6 foot, wouldn't you? Honestly, if I was a foot taller, Andre, I'd be a god.
So what's 6 foot? What is that in meters?
I don't know. 3 foot and 1 meter, isn't it? So it'd be 2 meters, something like that.
Centimeters. That's 182
Something like that.
in centimeters. I'm 190.
190. So yeah, we go on feet over here.
Yeah, so I'm 6'2".
You selfish bastard. You don't need that extra 2, do you? Come on, Andre.
It's if I could, I will give you.
Thanks, mate.
At least a 0.1.
Thanks, mate. Look at this pulling back now.
It's funny when you talk to women about height, because there's a whole big debate, right, on on Tinder and those things where there's a height filter now as well, and it's so heightist,
Well, put it this way.
When I speak to my wife, she's like, she would never date a guy that's shorter than her.
Yeah.
And she's tall, but I'm taller than her.
Yeah.
I was like, but what the heck,
Well,
it's.
If you put, let's say it's the last woman on earth, okay, and then you've got 100 men, and she has to describe a perfect match out of them 100 men, the first thing she's going to say, tall. Straight away, I'll step back. Right? Tall, dark, and handsome. That's what all women say and want. It's pretty needy, but, men can't say that. Because I'm only 5'6". I'm only a small dude. But I make up in other departments. Like, I've got a big nose, big ears.
Definitely.
And
you need big shoes, right?
Big shoes, yeah. So, make up in head in other departments. So yeah, it makes up for it.
It's funny, but my son, he's not the tallest. His mum is not the tallest. So I think he's getting more of her.
Yeah.
Attribute. He will be taller than her, but he's not going to be as tall as me. But he's still the average height for his age. He's like, oh, I'm so short. I'm like, no, you are literally the average height for your age.
Yeah.
And the girls are taller. Yes, that's how they are at this age. They are taller than boys at that age. So yeah, he's got some short man complexities at the moment.
When I was in, I think they go through that, especially at their age. Mason had this thing about him being fat, even though he's built like a toothpick, right? He was like, I'm fat. Yeah, not fat, mate. He's built like a toothpick. But I think they do that teenagers don't they, to start getting into girls and things like that. But yeah, that's just teenagers. They're all idiots. All teenagers are idiots in my eyes. They become knobheads. They turn into knobheads until you put them in a chokehold and then turn back normal for a bit. Not that I beat me kids though, Andre, right? Beat me kids.
Beat them, just chug them.
Yeah, I just educate them, really.
Educate, exactly.
This forward now, what are you doing for? Goal has just been this morning, Andre. I mean, look at that. That's what we've had to play with.
Yeah.
Just messing about. Let me see. So our swoop entry was, I believe, about here. For a buy up here. I wanted to see if the 1 hour broke out. So I wanted to see if this was a pullback to tap to then flip. So it would have been a lovely swoop entry if it played out, but unfortunately it didn't. I mean, if this 30 closes back in now, probably I ideally want the 4 to close a bit further down so then the 30 would break out. Look at the 2. Disgusting. The 2 is going to close bullish. I have got sell stops on. I don't like how the 2's closed. I wanted the 4 to close sort of like that, and that would be the 2 closing bearish. Would also be the 3 closing a nice decent bearish, but the 1 would then break the lows. See, the 1's now not broke the lows, so the 1 is still respecting this level. That means the 2 can give us a bottom wick and come back up and break the highs. So it's not ideal this morning, guys. As I said, this morning's a fantastic session though, because you could learn loads. I really don't like it at the moment. We need some more candles.
Alright, mate, I'll love you and leave you.
Yeah, no worries, Andre. I will catch you later, mate. Have a good weekend. I'll see you next week if you don't.
Cool, mate. See you, mate. Cheers.
Yeah, so it's all on this 1, guys, right? If this 1 closes back above here, I'm done for the day. Okay. If the 1 closes respecting, that then would be the 4. The 2, sorry, if the 1 closes below this level, that would be the 2 closing bearish. Then we've got something on. We'll take the 4. But if it doesn't, I'm going to be done, because we're just fucking messing about here. Yeah. I'll put the swoop entry down as a loss. We'll put that down as a loss. Change this to 30. Keep everything transparent. I'll show you the results shortly. Actually, we'll do it now. So, stream guides. On stream, this is based off a 50k account, right? 50k account. So if you had a 50k funded account, staying within the prop firm rules, this is the money you would have made each month. Okay, we start streaming back in May. So we're absolutely smashed at the moment. We've only had 2 losses on stream. The win rate's more than that, but it's put a break even down as a loss for some reason. I need to change it. But yeah, so we've not had a minus month yet. Not had a minus month yet, and that's what it is in trading. It's not about making 20, 30, 40%. Right? The top 1% of traders in the world make between 1 and 3%, but they make it every month. And that's where people go wrong. They think they've got to make 20% in a month. You don't. Yeah. So even though May we made quite a lot, right? Oh, my point is, these stats are fantastic. And on here, nothing comes on this logbook without its own YouTube link. So I haven't put anything on here what we haven't took on stream. Okay. So we're keeping everything nice and real. You get to see the profit and the losses on there. And then, yeah, that's how we go. August, that's where we took the second. Our last loss was in May. First day of streaming. And then our last loss was the beginning of August, first of the month. We just took a small swoop entry loss now, which we're going to enter now. So we'll put that in. So 15th of the 8th, 25. Close, which was 9, it was about 9:15, wasn't it? 15, it was a fold. Our risk was 130. Then back by. Was off the 1, lost. Still lost some pips. 15 pips. 15. Swoop. Swoop entry. Swoop entry 1 hour to flip to the upside. That's it. Okay. That's it. So if this 4 can close below 3340, I'll then look to add a sell limit, 3344. But when we pull back, I'll get sell stops underneath as well. But I've got to pull back. I've got to pull back to tap previous support at 3343. Yeah. And what you might find from today's session, you might be thinking, I'm overly cautious. I'm overly cautious in regards to what I want to see. Like, if the forward fakes out, surely you can just enter and not be overly cautious. Because I've missed loads of trades where I'm overly cautious, guys. But that's why I'm profitable. It's the thing that's why I'm profitable. Because I am overly cautious. I will not enter a trade unless it shows me what I want it to see. So if this 4 does close below here, I want to see a pullback, tap previous support at 3343. And then I'll get sell stops underneath. If price pushes down without me, it's not my trade to take. It was never my trade to take. I'll wait for another one. There's always another trade. So yeah, that 2 hasn't drove. The whole time was waiting for this 4 to close, which we mentioned at the start. So yeah, we really need this 4 to close below here, or the 1 to close below. Let's have a look. Yeah, man, wasn't fair how you went from semi into the final straight away. Isn't so? Oh, you're on about the Chemites tournament, aren't you? Did your team? Right. Yeah, the tournament. I don't like them. I don't like them. So the way they're doing the kids tournaments now is whoever comes bottom of the groups, they're playing a semi-final. I can see where they're getting it from. Obviously, they're trying to. They don't want the kids to feel bad going to competitions, getting smashed every time they go. But for me, I don't like it. I don't like it where the two teams will finish bottom of the group, then play a semi-final, and they play the second bottom of the group, and then they play, and then they play in a final. I don't like that, unfortunately. That's just my opinion, but I can see why they do it. But yes, it shouldn't have happened, really. But yeah, don't like it. We actually played our other Chemites team. So we've got, we had enough numbers for 2 teams in that tournament. So in the semi, we actually played each other. And do you know what? They were more rough with each other than they were with the other kids. I don't think this is happening today, guys. What have we done in August? It's been a slow month in August. July was decent. This wasn't a loss, this was 3 trades in 1. And I just closed all 3 out. July was a lovely month. 20 seconds, guys. Yeah, it's not for me, this. Fortunately not. I mean, the forward is faked out now, but I need a top wick, and I probably wouldn't take it still. I would need another. We need a bearish 2-hour close. But the bearish 2-hour close. I can know what drives through, really. What was it? Yeah. Right, guys. I'm gonna love yous and leave yous. I'll be back on Monday. Won't be on Tuesday, but then I should be on for the full rest of the week. So back next week, Monday. Have a fantastic weekend, everyone, and I will catch you later. Have a good one. See you later, guys.